break the chains that bind, and by those I mean bad habits. This is the Think Your Reality Podcast, episode 44. Hang on, here we go.
Your destiny is by your design. Getting what you want in your professional life is gained by following a series of steps created by your mindset. Are you ready to start the journey? This is the Think Your Reality Podcast. Here's Mike Sims.
Hey, it's Mike Sims. This is the Think Your Reality Podcast. I just feel the need to thank you for the opportunity to spend part of your day with you and hope and pray that I can be some sort of an influence for you to get further along in life and get where you need and deserve to be. So we're talking about bad habits. I have more than my fair share, I assure you. So what causes them? What causes bad habits? Well, science tells us that most of our bad habits are caused by only two things, and they are stress and boredom, which I found very interesting. And now we have all seen or know someone who smokes or drinks when stressed, or bites their nails, or some other habit that they ultimately regret getting started in. I know I do, and some of them, quite frankly, are my family members. Now, we are stressed by many things, paying the bills, day-to-day life, but many times it's the dissatisfaction with our line of work. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound like shoes you're wearing? Well, I'd like that this podcast is the very antidote to this. See, we get sidelined by paying the bills and putting our dreams on the sideline with the added note, well, eventually I'll get to it. Well, I can tell you my own experience. I am the father of 4 adult kids, and I swear to you, they were little just yesterday. A lot of time has escaped me. And this feeling that they're older and so am I has been the catalyst for me to do things that up until now I've always talked about. And there's great joy in taking those steps toward those things that you want to do. There's a great sense of purpose felt when you get off the fence and move in the direction we wanted to go all along. You see, the sooner the better our life is. And I want that for you more than you know. I know one of the things that I have personally had an issue with many times in the past, and that's time management. Now, I'll let you in on one of the things that I have an issue with. It's a true story. I love classic American cars. I own one, and I look at Facebook Marketplace in search of the cars that I know one day I want to add to my collection. And I have 2 signs above my desk. I'm looking at them right now. One of them says, watch the choices you make. And at my advanced age, I'm not a young man. The other sign says, it's your last chance. And those are very sobering thoughts. And I want you to make the choices and the decisions that you need to make to get to where you want to go. And I want you to make them now. I want you to make them sooner rather than later. I have said to you in podcasts in the past that success is coming to you, and you get to decide when it shows up. If you've listened to these podcasts, that may sound familiar. It was in an earlier one, and meaning that the further you work, the closer you are toward thinking about and working towards your goals, the sooner success shows up. And you know as well as I do, you need the success now. I need the success now. We all do. We all deserve it. So let's watch the choices that we make with respect to our time management. Make the right choices that are getting us further along the path to our greatness. I read this and I loved it, and I wanted to share it with you. It says you don't eliminate a bad habit, contrary to what we may have been told in the past. You don't eliminate a bad habit. You simply replace it. Recognize and redirect. We have discussed the 180-degree theory in past episodes, and this might be the very best time to employ this technique. Understanding when a bad habit is present is the very moment to enact a different action to its replacement. See, I personally, when I know that I'm going into a situation where I have a bad habit that's going to be used, I use the word redirect to break that mental path in my mind. It breaks the mental steps associated with the habit and redirects the path to something more productive. Take a minute and recognize those limiting beliefs and limiting habits. Choose a replacement and see immediate results to it being cured. It's a great step on the way to you taking a great step. Surround yourself with people who live the way you want to live. Now, if they are not geographically close, you can get involved in online professional groups that can facilitate this for you. You have to use every resource available to you. Podcast, whether it be this one or any other, a book, a video, a movie, a song, whatever is going to get you in the right mindset. We tend to have people in our circle that are enablers, meaning they themselves work under the influence of bad habits, and they want as much company as they can get, and that means you. You have to allow the right influences in your life. Now, I'm not suggesting you abandon everyone in your life, family, friends, and what have you, but there may be people present that are enablers and a detriment to your life's goals. And that's another instance where you can redirect, and you may have to say to somebody politely, I think we need to part company. We're going in different directions. There's nothing wrong with that. Saying no is actually saying yes. Politely saying no to a friend or family member that is a detriment to you says yes to your goals. And I think you deserve to say yes to your goals. I think you agree. My name is Mike Sims. This is the Think Your Reality podcast. And as I always tell you, because I believe it beyond the shadow of a doubt, have an absolutely awesome day, as you deserve nothing less.